Okay. Good evening, the YouTubers. It's Aqua here, and today we're gonna do a load of boil wash Cotton's 90 pre-wash aqua plus intensive. So most intensive program in the world. I had no problem to do this because, well, I had my two face gloves, which are horribly wet, but had nothing to do with them. So I decided to wash my bath sheet, which is not smell quite good. Right. And cleaning time after time doesn't matter. Okay, so here we go. I've got my bath sheet, and sorry I didn't record videos for quite a while. I was ill, I was sick, so I didn't record the videos for quite a long time, so each month. Then I got face gloves, and some dusters, which are horribly wet. Anyway, right. And then got quite a bit of hand cleaning, so I will do a few of them. So it should be each enough for a full load. Right. Now I have got the classic detergent to put. I will put each I'll put a whole 3 skips into the main wash and a half skips into the pre-wash. Well, you can't see over me, but never mind. And 2. Right. Okay. Program. core fabric softener here, but I'm not gonna use it just yet, and because there are the hankies, so I don't know what's wrong with my Bosch Loggixx 6, but you can hear there's something wrong with it. I don't really know what. I don't really know what, maybe the bearings or something like that, but I don't know what's wrong with my Bosch. There will be more videos soon, because we will be have a holiday, so I will be at home for a whole week. So in the next week there will be more videos to come, and I probably will wash bedding and all the blankets, cause my parents will on Gran Canaria. They flying next Thursday, I think. Yeah, they are flying next Thursday. So that's mean I will at home with my brother Ole and maybe with my cousin and so there will be nobody shitties to the video. I didn't use all the hankies because I think there will be too many, and because my father has still some hankies in his pockets and in his clothes, so there will be more than enough of hankies. So I'm sorry I didn't record, but as I said, I was ill for quite a long time. I was ill for, well, till 26. And a break. I was ill for 2 weeks now, or maybe 3 weeks, because I came from the school to my home. My illness starts 2 weeks days ago when I came from my hostels and I had about 39 degrees fever and a cough. I had a cough and 39 degrees fever, so I, 1 week, the 1 week was horrible, the first week, and because I did sweaty a lot, and I was sweaty so much that you could spin all the bed, all my bedding you could spin. When I get sweaty, when I'm ill, you could spinning all my bedding. So that's mean mainly the bed, mainly the fitting mattress sheet. That's the word. Fitting mattress sheet. You can spinning mainly the fitting mattress sheet goes and the small decorative pillowcase, because that are the things which are getting most sweaty. And you could spin in my bedding. The bedding was such a sweaty and such a wet that you could really spin it. So I had fevers the first week. I had the fever, I had the cough, and it was horrible. And then I came to the school. Then I get to the school next Sunday and Monday, and at Monday I had again 38.8 fever. So I came again back home, and the next day was there in my home the doctor, and she gave me antibiotics. So I now using antibiotics until next Tuesday. So I have antibiotics and I'm quite good now. I'm quite well. But first week was horrible. When I was at the school, I have seen some impossibly disgusting thing, because one of my good friend in one of the students throwing up for all the class, so it was really bad, and I know she had the problem with it, but I will not say her name because it's too much intimate for her. But I think there was a most horrible thing which I haven't seen. Well, except the compilation of fellow army, when it's sometimes throwing up a lot, mainly babies. I have seen people throwing up about twice. Other people I have seen about twice throwing up. So I've seen one people on my primary school and one people on this school where I'm going just now. Anyway, I have quite good luck because I haven't seen nobody else throwing up, and in my life I did throwing up sometimes, but not much, mainly when I was illness. Well, in my life I had more diarrhea than really throwing up. I did throw up several times, but mainly on the older house when I was a child. I used to remember that, because if you are a child, you know, you learn to get ill. You learn how to get the illness away. So you learn to get the illness away, and then you throwing up a lot before you learn to get the illness away. So as I grow higher and higher, and I learn more and more about the illness and about the right sweating, I don't throw up. Or it must be a really extreme case when I do throwing up. But let's move back from this. Let's move back from this thing, because I think a lot of you has now a dinner, and talking about such a disgusting thing makes me alone disgusting. So, right, let's move back from throwing up. The last thing I would like to say, if it's not throwing up the machine, when the machine is throwing up, it means something really else. Because if the machine is throwing up, then the machine have such a big fuselage that it came out of the detergent drawer. And this machine did never throw up, but I remember my good friend Florence bought a 3060 who had a Miele, and his Miele throwing up quite a lot. But I think mostly the backer throws up. Mostly the backer. I haven't, to be honest, I haven't seen a lot of machine throwing up, and I really would like to say so that Pico is expert about throwing up, because they has almost always such a big fuselage. If you wash in blanket, so they has such a big fuselage that it comes out of the detergent drawer, and they has almost always. So I think the backer is really expert on throwing up the suits, and I think the other machine doesn't throw it up pretty much. I think is Miele does occasionally throw it up. I know one Bosch. From Vyškoušek 2KM7, which does throw it up. And I think the machines doesn't throw it up during the spin if it's not bad use of detergent, if it doesn't came out. Okay? Okay, draining from the pre-wash. Maybe we will see something like a big atom. Well, there is something wrong. When the machine is sensing and going to spin, I don't really know what. Shock absorbers doesn't speak really good. Maybe there's a something which doesn't sound like good. You can hear it when the machine is sensing. A little bit of bearing stuff wrong. Well, this machine, I had this machine for 7 years now, and this is really over the time it has to be construction on. my Bosch has been construction on some on some count of the cycles, and there is about 6,000 cycles. And what my machine does, she has now about 900 cycles, and this is really over the time which over the count of the cycle which she should be construction on. And I had never ever changed nothing. Well, I had never ever problem with this machine, like the electronic epic fail or something. I had really, the machine was repairing only twice in 5 years. So I now really think I have the occasionally good piece of the machine. Reason why I think this is because, okay, it's not fail. Reason why I think I have occasionally good piece of machine. Reasons are two, really. Today I did the test, unplanned test, with sweater and oven gloves and a hat, Wallen's hat, and I did a test if she was spinning. Well, that was quite a heavy sweater, so that was looking quite impossibly to spin. At first, machine gave up the final spin. So I did get the machine on the other final spin, on the additional final spin, and I did press the easy iron, because I know one thing which you may don't know, that when you press Regis creases or easy iron or whatsoever, you get the machine 4 times more chances to spin that load, because if you don't like the easy iron, the machine has about 1 burst. Well, 2 bursts, but doesn't slow it up and rebalance it if are not attempts. So the machine has really 1 attempt to spin the load. If the machine will give up, you must program it again. But when you select easy iron, easy iron has 4 bursts with 3 balancing. So if the machine will give up once, it doesn't matter. If the machine will give up twice, it doesn't matter. If the machine will give up 3 times, it also doesn't matter. Only when the machine give up all 4 bursts, then you might have 2 balance load, impossible to spin. For example, 1 heavy bath mat or so, which is impossible spin for any machine without jumping. So I remember we used to have 1 heavy bath mat which was absolutely heavy and impossible to spin for any machine. Well, I must say I didn't try it in this machine because we don't have it anymore. Or maybe it's somewhere, but we don't use it. So, well, I just a little bit thinking about something. So when the machine give up 3 times, it doesn't matter. When it's like easy iron, when it's not select the easy iron, it does even matter if the machine give up for the first time. If she give up, cancel the spin for the first time, you must program it again. But if you select easy iron, it doesn't matter if the machine give up for 1 time, 2 times, or 3 times. Because she keep balancing and can spin all the 4 bursts. And then, when the machine give up 4 times, it does matter because it was programmed again. But if the machine will give up 4 times, you might have impossibly unbalanced load, which is not possible to spin for any machine without jumping and damaging itself. So today I did the test with the sweater. First, I hadn't selected the easy iron, machine give up. Then I had select the easy iron, the machine give up. First burst, second burst with lot of attempts. But for the third burst at 800 RPM, she spins. And then for the fourth burst. Then I gave it to the respin at 1200 and she taken up for the first 10. So it is a good machine. That's the reason why I think I have impossibly good machine. Because if I had the Whirlpool as I had, she would like to give up all the 4 times. Cause the Whirlpools and the Beko and the Samsung really has impossibly weak balancing system, impossibly bad. So that's reason why I think I have a good quality machine, because she's spinning almost always, everywhere and everything. And the next reason why I think I have a good piece of the machine with who loves me, I can't say who, because it's my favorite machine, most favorite machine, and is something like member of my family. So it's strange when the only thing which is not alive is like a member of your family. But I think this machine is such a good that it has to be a member of my family and good member of my family. And the second reason to be correct is that the machine is construction for 600 cycles, but this machine has already 900 cycles, maybe over, and she's still going. She is still, and she had never on the display any fall. So really, that's the reason why I think, that's the main reason and the greatest reason why I think I have really good piece of machine. Okay? Okay, we are just heating to 95 degrees, and I have just watched some Hot Point Lava Huge, which I say hello to Hot Point Lava Huge, and I say what a coincidence, you do as well. Load of cotton 95 white. I do few colors, but it's just the same. We also got few nasty load of colors, because mainly the buff sheets and the dusters, so everything which was in the second basket, or I really have to say that most of the things which was in the second wash basin was already soaking wet. And the first wash basin was my bath sheet, which wasn't too wet. It was just a little bit, just some wet space, because I had a bath today in the morning. Then was the things which was horribly wet, which was in the second wash basin, or we had two wash basins anyway. So in the bath sheet, they standing separately. In the second wash basin, in the first wash basin, to be correct, there was a face gloves. There were face gloves and the dusters. There was, sorry, a bit. There was a dusters and the face gloves, which were horribly dirty and horribly nasty, because I had a bath today in the morning, and I didn't spin these things anyway, so they were nasty and smelly and yuck. And then there was second wash basin, in which we had the hankies, which I used only a few of it, but they are impossibly dirty, because we had all my family has just like runny nose, and I had impossibly runny nose in my second and third week of illness. That was horrible. So I did wash with hankies probably about 12 days ago, and you can see how quickly they grows up again. And we have about next nice little monkeys to do. Now I do not always the boil wash with my bath sheet, but this time I practically decided to do the boil wash with pre-wash, because the bath sheet was used quite several times, and mostly when I was illness and sweaty, so it got a lot of bacteria in it. Even it doesn't look like, and doesn't maybe smells like, but because when I get sometimes from the bath, I sometimes do still a little bit of smell, because my sweat is such a strong even if you wash yourself 3 times, you are still a little bit sweaty, and the sweat gets into the bath sheet and so this is the reason why I'm particularly decided to boil wash. Okay? I'll back in my comment when we will heat it up to 95 cottons. are now heating up to 95 degrees and the water is quite dirty, even if it doesn't look like, but yeah. And the reason, by the way, the reason why I want to do boil wash this time with my bath sheet and so, because the water is such a dirty, maybe because we had fuel to go, so that's mean today we had got done dog place, dog bed, so cases from dog beds, and they, as we have the barzoi, which is a Russian grey herd, so they were impossibly dirty and impossibly smelly and impossibly hairy. So there is quite a lot of bacteria and hair into this machine. Even I did the short cleaning wash on Super Quick 15 at 40, but there are quite a lot of bacteria in this machine anyway. So you may think what is best to do. You may think it's every time after you do something heavy, so like working stuff or dog bedding, or you may think all the time cleaning cycle, but you will use too much special cleaning stuff, and that's need about 200 cleaning stuff a year. So to use not so much cleaning stuff, there is another possible way how to keep your machine clean, even if you will not do the cleaning cycles. There is the other way, and that I'm doing just now. Time after time, put some towels or hankies or bedding or something which you can, or some old clothes which you can simply wash boil, and put it on boil wash Cottons 95, and then your machine gets clean without using any special detergent, any special detergent for cleaning cycle and so. And I do have one advice: do once after 14 days, once after about 2 weeks, go to a boil wash, no matter with what, with some clothes in it, and about once in a month and a half you can do even the cleaning cycle with some special detergent and no laundry or vinegar to clean in the machine. But it's another way how to keep your machine clean for a long time. So simply time after time, after 14 days, or maybe when you're washing some heavy soil things, even after 1 week, you should possibly put every week your weekly lot of towels and hankies and so, and you can do the boil wash. That's my advice, how to keep the machine clean and nice smelling. And don't forget, once in about 14 days or one per week, if you're washing really heavy soap stuff, once a week or once in 14 days, cleaning the filters. Uh, I say the filters. You may notice the S, and you may interested, why filters when the machine got a filter? Yeah, some machine has the only filter, but some machines may have more filters. And if I remember well, each wash machine has at least 2 filters. One in the bottom, where comes the dirty water, and one in the hose for filling, when it's getting the clean water, but you can clean it from time to time to prevent the water storm to come. But this machine is different, and it's a lot of machine different here. It's just mainly Bosch, Siemens and Samsung. And they had special system of 2 filters. So you have not only the filter down at the bottom, but you have as well special filter at the drain hose, which when the machine get draining, it's the double filter. And one filter is really for the most heavy soil stuff, so there are mix of dirt, stains and so down at the bottom, and at the filter, which you have at the drain hose, there are mainly some big pieces trapped, stop it getting the pump, and mainly a lot of hair and fluff. So don't forget to clean both the filters. I had a problem. It's about 5 years ago, when the machine was 5.5 years ago, when the machine was 1 year old, and the machine stopped draining the water. Even the filter there in the bottom was clean, was totally clean. And I always wonder why it does stop to drain the water. And I always said, it drained just a little bit and was a lot of epic fails. And I always said my father, check the drain holes, check the drain holes at the bottom. And my father did check always when the machine was about 1 year old. My father checked always only the one filter at the bottom, because he thought that there shouldn't be any more. There shouldn't be any other filter. But I always noticed there must be a second filter, because the washer doesn't drain the water. And I said for about a month, check the drain hose. And then, at the moment where it was really bad and the water didn't draining for one drain, because it's draining just a little bit, and there was a rest of the water in the machine, that you can't open the door and move the clothes off. Then my father did check finally not only that filter, but he wondered what's the problem. He looks in the background in the drain holes and he find out there is yet one other special filter, and there were a lot of hair and fluff and it was totally messy. And from that time we always check both two draining filters. Okay? Okay, we are about, I think, 85 now. I think we are about 85 now. Still heating, but I think it should stop to heat in about 5 minutes. Well, water is quite dirty. Yeah. As you can hear the sound, that's mean we are about 90. If you can hear it, it's not still the damage of the filling or drain holes, but you can hear this sound mostly when it's about 85 degrees. And there it feels like it even do 100 degrees. Because, well, my washer does get extremely hot at 95. But it is, well, it gets extremely hot even on the sensitive 60. That's a bit extremely hot. I sometimes feel like the sensitive isn't really 60, but the sensitive is really 78. The sensitive is really almost 80 degrees, and I must remember always when I'm putting the load on the sensitive. So you must always remember that a sensitive heats over the 60 degrees, definitely, and the sensitive get overheat over the 60 degrees, definitely. And you must remember always, when you would like to do something at 60 but it has 60 maximum, like the bedding, which has the 60 and underline on the etiquette, on the washing instruction, you must always remember, and when you get to wash on the sensitive, you must always do it at 50, not at 60. Because sensitive 60, as I said, get about 75. So I do mainly on the sensitive, mainly the load of towels, because it's very good when the machine get a little bit hotter than 60 degrees, because then it will be a lot cleaner, so a lot better for the towels. O'clock. And a washer just does reach about 95 degrees. Well, the water is quite dirty. You can see it goes about horribly brown. You can hear the heater at about not so good sound. Some parts of the machine. And it's good sometimes to do a full load at 90 because heater gets then to the maximum. Okay, I have my father here already. Dobrý.
Chceš večeři nějakou?
No, nějakou by to chtělo, ale nejdřív se budu vyčůrat.
Jo.
Akorát jsem tady něco schodil. Ale nesvedlo to úplně.
Někdy o půlnoci, ne? Se na to můžu vyset. sundat. Takže to přibočení skok. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry guys, because my father just decided to have a bath here, so I must turn off the camera because I don't want to record it when my father has a shower here. So I will just turn off the camera, cut the camera, and we will back in about 10 or depends 10 to 15 minutes, and we will continue.
Tu pravou svěžest vychutnej, co dlouho zůstává.
Wrigley's Spearmint.
Můžeš jí vychutnávat dlouho jako radosti, co znáš. Jako dlouhé krásné chvíle, které prožíváš. Wrigley's Spearmint, pravá skutečná svěžest vychutnávej tak dlouho, tak báječně dlouho.
Wrigley's Spearmint chutná báječně dlouho.
Když se ráno probouzíš, šálek kávy je tvůj sen. Aroma ti šeptá vstaň, spávuj jako cvítej ven.
Dokonalý způsob pražení dává kávě Jakobs jedinečné a nezaměnitelné aroma.
Probuzení nejkrásnější, šálek Jakobs ve tvých dlaních.
Ty děti jsou celý den tak neuvěřitelně čilé. Někdy se sama sebe ptám, jestli jim dávám opravdu dost. A jako matka chci mít jistotu, že dostávají všechno, co jim prospívá.
Perlo pro starostlivé matky.
Dobrý den. Já jsem Sunny. Jsem váš nejlepší mycí prostředek. Překrásně voním. Nedivte se, nejvíc pěním. Mám obrovskou odmašťovací schopnost a chráním ruce. Jak vidíte, konečně nastala invaze českých výrobků do všech měst a domácností.
Mika, české výrobky vysoké kvality pro každého.
Agrobanka Praha, Edit Praha a Weba Broumov sponzorují letošní ročník soutěže o nejkrásnější dívku České republiky Miss 94.
Vaše denně namáhané vlasy potřebují šamtu. Šampon, který je šetrně umyje. Jeho speciální výživný komplex je navíc posílí a navrátí jim přirozenou bohatost a pružnost.
Šamtu oživí přírodní bohatost vlasů a za dobrou cenu.
Majolenka Hellmans je tak čerstvá, lehká a lahodná.
Všechny lahůdky, co svět zná, chtějí majonézu Hellmans. Chuť báječná, nejlepší, co svět zná, tak čerstvá, lenká a hodná. Hellmans je prostě to nejlepší.
Okay, we are now back on after a little bit commercial. I think I will give into the video some a bit commercial like reclam to make the pose as real as it was. Right, we have 54 minutes. In a few minutes will be cool down. We have still main wash, so I'm sorry you can't watching through complete cycle, but it doesn't matter because it wasn't any interesting. Maybe for someone it's interesting actually, but it was not. Well, it was the only part of main wash. There wasn't any like, it doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter. i slovík na seznam, to naše jako turn on, zapnout, turn on.
Ano.
Takže
Na seznamu bych
spíš na Google je horší překladač. Google Translator je mnohem horší. Ale na YouTube jsou většinou překlady stylem Google Translator. Já si myslím, já se tam někoho...
Já to mám takhle napsaný.
Já se tam někoho povolanýho, jako je paní Dastinová, kdo byl prostě, kdo ví, jak dlouho v Anglii a tak. Takže já se jí na to zeptám.
Já myslím, že ono to je obojí asi tak jako nějak, no, ale tak se podívej, co je, co mi řekne, že je switch off asi. Switch off a switch out. Se mrtní schválně.
Protože nás taky učil Chvojka na základce pěkný důvod.
Ale takový
Mě učil, že jednoslabiční plus early to je, že něco prostě s tím, z těch anglických je, že je jednoslabiční plus early, že se tam přidává R a pak, že je more a most u druhého a třetího stupně, teda u posledních slov, jenomže ono to je tak, že more je u 3 a více slabičných většinou. Takže je to tak, že i většina dvouslabičných slov má R. Takže takhle jako. Okay, cool down. First interesting thing. So, machine fill through the detergent drawer for pre-wash. Not through the detergent drawer for softener. But if the machine filling through the detergent compartment to pre-wash or main wash is different. When she fills through the compartment for pre-wash and softener, she fills down the jet system the door. And when she fills to the compartment for the main wash, she fills normally only by the detergent drawer, not by the draw. By the drum down the jet system. This machine also haven't as jet system as it won't be keep on and only at some point off. This is really the fill jet system, but not the jet system for complete main wash, like the electrodes and some models has. But I don't mind it. I think this is really good machine. The reason to
Vypnout je turn off i switch off.
Jo.
switch off, no, tak jo.
A turn down by bylo zeslabit asi. Aspoň tak to bylo v obou slovnících. Já jsem se díval jak na Google, tak na Seznamu a...
Tam zeslabit, kliknu jeden ty turn something down, jo, turn down, tak jo. Ale switch down není totiž. Takže já mám switch off a switch on jako vypnout. A ze síly zeslabit mám turn on a turn down. A ono to jde i, ale switch down není, jo, je switch on, switch off.
Switch down není, ale zesílit, zeslabit je spíš turn up, turn down, jako nahoru.
Asi jo, ano. Takže ten off ten on je ano. Když tam je on off, tak to je zapnout, vypnout, a když tam je up a nebo down, tak to je zeslabit, jo. A je to U-turn, ale switch je jenom vypnout, zapnout, jo. Jo, tak jo.
Vidíš co, ty se ještě nenaučíš tady.
No, to já potřebuju. No já hlavně třeba teď letím do Španělska, španělské nevím ani kdá. Potřebuju trošku aspoň se mluvit anglicky. Takže musím přijít na letiště, učit si auto, někam odjet 100 km, tam jsou bydlet hotelu. Víš, takže to potřebuju. Pojď tady dávka.
Okay, we have drained after main wash, and the water is a little bit green, but is only mainly from the bath sheet. And we're going for the first intermittent spin. Jo, klidně. Jo. Wow. Now we can hear something. You can hear that the hot water is not only good for the machine, but even for the drain hose is the hot water good, because I think even is wow. Wow, if that would spin that'd be pretty dangerous and jump. Wow, that was seriously unbalanced. I'm gonna have the dinner in a minute. Would you play? No, it's unbalanced, but not so seriously. Well, that's the reason why I'm filming it and why I let my father to have a shower before it will drain down from the main wash, because there it should be possibly some too unbalanced spin, and I like unbalanced spins and the attempts. Because the attempts are good from somebody hates the attempts and spin attempts, and well, somebody hates, and somebody think that this machine can spin pretty well, but they don't know. People which think that doesn't know one thing: the attempts are good, because a lot of water is drained down if the attempt is about 200 or 350 RPM, and a lot of the water is drained down, and then it's not as heavy, and it's not a problem with the Suzuki. So if we would have the attempt, it's nothing but. It's actually fully okay. Now the bath sheet does tangle up into everything. Because the only thing about this bath sheet is really big and really heavy. I don't know if it's the biggest bath sheet in the world, but it's really big, really heavy. So that's me cool. Okay, the first attempt was small. Now it should spin, but what should look like balanced, even perfectly balanced, it could be too unbalanced at the end. So it should be possibly bigger. Because tak sundej a vyváž, prosím tě, s ním společně a kračkou a ti to ukážu. černo-žlá vedletní černo.
Tohle?
Jo, přesně to. Děkuju. Because I have my bath sheets there, decided naturally to put cup of softener here. And my face gloves. Somebody does even say the towels doesn't need its softener, but I know that towels does need its softener very much. The towels are the one of the special cases which needed the softener very much. Well, now it's possible that the motor will be too hot in the first rings and then there will be low voltage level rings. It's occasionally what it does. Well, the machine does it occasionally. As like, it is like when she gets through the sizzle, it's occasional, but a few cases are in there. So, sometimes do low level rings for some reason. Low level first rings. Mainly on sensitive 60 and cotton's 90 when it's cooler. So I think now it's possible a chance to have low level rings. Then the motor will be too hot. Which I think it would, because there's a full and heavy Bosch. There's one sound which I think something is a little bit gone on this machine, but I hope to have this machine still for about 2 or 3 years. I at least. Now we'll see if the motor would be too hot. I will do the low level rings. But actually, it does happen mostly with a full and very full loads. When it's almost overloaded. This minute it doesn't too happen. The filling is a bit under the lower pressure. But that's be alright, because okay, but I think just we will have normal water level rings. Vidíš to. Klacit. Jaký zelený. Jo. I just clean my hands because I touched the few hankies. So a little bit standing just in the place for camera, but it's okay. In each rinse, I don't know, might do something. Let's say in the first rinse I'll clean my hands, to be a little bit interesting, and in the second rinse I will edit this one. The aqua pressure was a bit lower than it's usually, but it can be only because of the Bosch. Well, I will just take my antibiotics. Okay, now second spin. Wow, serious little balance again. Not so serious as it was after the main wash. That was really has one big humble, but it's on balance. Now that is serious little balance. Well, you can hear the drum move a bit. Can hear there's some little sound when the machine sensing and balancing. You can when the machine sensing and balancing, you can hear some. It's something is not good. I don't know really what, but I think I must do something with that. Yeah, you can hear something. It's not good sound. Okay, they should be bigger up and wow, it's spinning. I thought just that will be big up and the balance sensor is just not really sensitive. That's not good for the shock absorbers. Maybe the shock absorbers are in the ass, are fucked. I don't know. I hear some sound which is not good, and they are too current of the sound is not good. When it's sending it's and when it's balancing it's something is here not right, but what I don't really know. I hate that this is not the last wash. Don't let this be a final wash. I hate to have this machine still for about 2 or 3 years because it's a very good machine. You already know the reasons. It's getting speed up slowly. No, the neo balance is not good. Okay, now I think it's the water pressure like normal. Yeah, no, it's really a higher water pressure, so it was only because of the drum. It was too hot. Yeah, well. You know what? I will maybe do one thing. I'll maybe switch the aqua plus off for the finer rings to have the better concentration of the software. Almost to the beach. Almost to the beach. We got to see who's done. Okay, now I'm gonna add the cup of the software. Okay, now I will add that cup of fabric softener, which goes in the middle. Whoa! Ah, there is still a rest of the fabric softener somehow. There is still the rest of the fabric softener somehow. I think I will clean the drop. Show you something. I will turn. I decided to turn the aqua plus off for the next read, but you must at first switch pause and then correctly deselect the aqua plus, because if you would deselect the aqua plus without turn the pause, it will oh my god. Now start here. Okay, sorry for this little fail, but it's only in the rinse. Okay, just a little epic fail. Because if you switch the aqua pulse or any option without turn on the pause, the machine will extend its time, which you of course don't want. Okay. Third independent spin after second rinse. And what's interesting is still plays with it. Wow, seriously on balance again. Mostly the first, I don't like to say attempt, because attempt is something different for me. Attempt is something which doesn't take a balancing crash. So the attempt is when the machine goes to spin and down. should be tone balance, or it should be the other. Yeah. Tone balance. Ja. Okay, this balancing foot quite longer. You can hear there was something. The minutes should be up then. Yes. Small. But okay. Yes, come on. There should be possibly some tone balance thing. Okay, next small. That was really big. This is the biggest temp I ever had, and then it was cancelled. It really doing 3 bottles temp. I leave you to watching final rings, and I'm going to the dinner.
Tady budou 2 talíře. bude plán stejný metrůvce.
Ale to pádem mi radši ruce. Aby se mohlo popravit to matku. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit late with my comment, but all a little bit, because I was at the dinner. I had a curfew with a bread, so at least I think it was curfew. I'm going to look something still. I'm just sorry, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure just how to say one thing. Now I know. It wasn't curfew, which is Czech word. It was cauliflower. I had the cauliflower with bread. And a little bit of drink. Still quite unbalanced, but it's okay. It's spinning. Okay, the worst, one of the worst things it should even be is when the machine give up for the final spin. When the machine cancel the final spin. I did tell you something about final spin with the sweater. But the worst thing, one of the worst things is if it will not like burning machine or sugar drum down or some drum fall off or something. So one of the worst thing, the worst thing is literally broken machine. But second worst thing is when the machine give up for the final spin. Well, if the machine will give up for the final spin, you can do it, nothing with it, then program again. Well, if the machine will give up for any interval spin except final, it sometimes should be great. We'll see if the spin will limit it to thumbs up with only 3 minutes left. Or if the machine, it should happen, if the machine extended the cycle, and we'll get to the select 1200. Well, usually when I'm doing the submarines, I'm going to 1000 spin because I don't want to be all the software to spin from the clothes. But as I need my bath sheets to have quickly dry until tomorrow or maximum next day, so I prefer to long spin. There is some sound from the motor, which, well, perfect. Okay. Just in here, when the machine goes up to 1200, there is some sound on the motor, like burning, which I might. Something, if you look carefully listen, there's something like ooh, which I might, and I don't know what's wrong. That sounds squeaky. I must check the drum if it's well. It doesn't something like burning. Because the sound doesn't like really help me. I think something would start to go on this machine, and I please Florence brought A3060 or Wish Usher 2KN7. Please subscribe and comment because I don't know what's wrong. And I want to know that. Okay, that's the end of the selected cycle. Let's just now unload and results. Okay, let's just now get into unload and results. I leave the machine still beeping or not. Okay, perfect. Maybe something wrong with the door. But I don't know. Nice. I don't know if something is really goes horribly wrong. Well, the results are good. Everything smells good, fresh.
Chceš do peletku?
Ještě ne, chvilku. There is pretty damn dry actually, which is pretty right. Okay, there should be a last piece there. I don't know, it's strong. Yeah. Right. One last hanky in there. So results of this machine are brilliant. Well, results are brilliant because everything is fresh, smell good and fresh. she gave up one spin averted, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't the final spin. And you can see the machine extended the time even it was 3 minutes left only. Okay. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed these videos. Please subscribe and comment and like and tell me if is with my beautiful Bosch something wrong. I'm waiting for your comments because I don't want to get in trouble with this machine. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this wasn't the last. Sometimes later. Okay?